Here we go, part 3 of the restoration of the CBR600RR 2005. Boy, I plastered that paint on this one. Yeah, it looks alright. 100 times better than it did. Ooh, isn't that purty? Maybe I'll try to do some touch up on these. It's not going to be perfect. So these bullet connectors come in. Bunch of plastic rivets of different size. Even though the fairing comes with bolts and stuff, usually you're always running out of these. My drain plug with the magnet and a little flush mount turn signals for the front that go in the fairing. Got brand new master link. The master link he had in there. I didn't show it, and I should have, but it was not an O-ring, and it was like from the old chain, and the pin was worn right out. I should have saved it. The Swingarm lifts, whatever they're called, I don't know what they're called, they go right there, because this side got a little mangled. Changing these lift spools, or whatever you call them, kind of easy thing to do. I don't know why I'm even putting in a video. Jeez, bolts they gave are the wrong size. Had to use a bolt that came off the other one. Not that I'm going to be racing around or anything, but look how far out that sticks. Like if I'm going around a corner, you see the peg up there and everything. That looks like if I had an oopsie, oh shit corner, it's going to hit that and that's going to wreck me. Not that I plan on going that far over, but look at the difference. So I'm going to put the old ones on. These are going back. They're way too big. Way too big. Got my foot peg set with the heel guards. Nobody noticed, but Motor Rider has 2 different foot pegs. And just to get the heel guards costs as much as the whole set. So I got a set. Nice set, but it didn't come with the hardware to bolt them heel guards. 4 little bolts. And it's glossy. So I'm going to do the pegs and the heel guards. I'm just going to use the foot pegs because this is gloss. And I kind of like the matte, but I didn't see the matte option. There, Motor Rider. You happy now? Both foot pegs match. Even got some key blanks so I can cut me an extra key. Hopefully it works off that copy. And it's not a copy of a copy of a copy. Well, here goes nothing. Let's see if this will make a copy off a copy. See if she fits. Oh, it works. Yeah, I know. I tried the blue one because if it's screwed up, I could try the other 2 colors. So I know what's going on this. And this is going to be the backup. Right there, boys. That one's going on. Get yours today. Isn't that purty? Got a little USB thing here with a voltage meter on the top. Let's figure out where to mount this. This does come with direct wire in, and it also has polarity reverser, because if you wanted to use, say, your trickle charger plug, which you can absolutely do, the polarity's backwards on this. So the thing that stinks is if you wanted to use this as a trickle charger plug that they gave you and then jump off of that, you can't. One way to always remember how this trickle charger wire goes, that positive terminal will not have that sticking out the male end, because if it did, when you unplugged it and that male end hit, it would short out. So that positive red wire should be the female. So it's always protected, like you protect your females. So it is nice that they gave you that little reversing thing, but it would have been better if they wired the plug properly. So we're plugged in now. Let's flip this on. So that works okay. Guess I can't really figure out where to put this until all the plastic's on. I'll wire it up, have it ready. So we soldered that into the harness, waiting for the plastic. I have no idea where we should put that. Woo! OEM Air Filter came in finally, boys. We can get that in there and button it up. Let's get that piece of crap out of there. Which one would you trust? Let's see if this one fits without a fight. There, look at that. Perfect. And I can finally put these screws back. Getting her all buttoned up. And we're ready for the plastic. Look what else just arrived in the mail today, boys. Let's see if it works. Wow, I got 0 miles. Well, we all know that's not true. Now let's see what's in here. I didn't open it yet. Windscreen, left filler panel, right filler. Surprisingly nice paint job, huh? Whoa. It's like Christmas. Oh, very nice. I have to get a coat of wax on that. And they don't smell, so they flashed already. They gave you some heat shield material. Oh, I was wondering if it would come with this. This is that little piece, the chin that goes right above where the ram air intake is. Side panels. I can't believe it comes with this. I was looking to buy one and they wanted like ridiculous money. It's the actual fender. It doesn't look like the right one. We could probably make it work though. Yeah, I knew this was the wrong one, but I actually think we might be able to get it to fit. Just put some new holes. Do that last anyway. Not sure what that is. Solo seat cover. Filler underneath the front fairing. So far I'm impressed. Everything's packaged very nicely and fit in the box perfectly. Oh, the little vents for the tailpiece. I might have to get a gas tank because that filler cap was smashed down in, so I don't think it's going to line up right. Save that for last. I can always change that. Solo seat cover. I don't like the looks of that, so I ordered brand new front and rear seat because the rear one didn't match the front. Upper piece for the headlight. So far everything looks really good. It's like the lower right side, lower left side. One more piece, lower fairing for the other side, and hardware kit. Here's the whole fairing kit laid out. Got my nice soft padding on the bottom ready so I don't scratch up that lower plastic. I think we'll start with this upper piece. We'll do the upper fairing first, switch everything into that. Still have to figure out what this rubber piece is for. And we got to put our flush mount turn signals on. Only had 3 screws holding, which should be about 6. Have to find a few more screws. I'll clean this up a bit before I stick it on there. Looks like I better put these lower pieces on first. Figure out how this little chin guard goes on. Okay, that one snaps on top of that one. Then it slides in. Now's a good time to see what's in this kit. They give you the clip nuts, which these were missing. You know, one was going there, there, there. Bunch of fairing bolts, but they're not painted. Grommets and rubber style push-in nuts and Allen wrenches. So I guess matte black will match the other matte black, so it shouldn't look too bad. I can always change them out with like those red anodized ones if I want, but we'll put it together with this for now. Fits pretty good. 1, 2, 3 clip nuts, and 2 of those are threaded. Get this headlight assembly in there. I know what that's for. Just thought of it. Right there on that solo seat. I'm such a fart smeller. Had to squeeze that one to get it. So they're all on. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, she's looking good. Looking good. Put our tip switch back up in here. Time for the flush mount turn signals. Wow, they actually fit pretty good. The only thing I'm curious about is if that's gonna clear that ram air intake when it comes through. Seems like it fits. Snugly, but it does fit. I assume they're little push pins. There's nothing behind it, so you can't put a clip nut. It's a very, very tiny push pin, and they don't have them in the kit. I dug and dug. Might have to get into my kit that I bought. Maybe one of these baby ones will fit. Oh yeah, they fit like a glove. And once that's clicked in there, you ain't getting it out. Like a glove. Next is the windscreen. Can't really see through it, so you can't call it a windshield. You gotta get these little rubber bushings. 6 of those are supplied with the kit. Put your little plastic washers. Then I usually run them till the screw is just poking out and then that's good. I think we're ready to put that fairing on now. Thought I'd be able to use these straps there, but no, I tried it. It's rubbing. I gotta move them back up to the handlebars, I guess. Took a little bit of manipulation because it's such a perfect tight fit, but got it on there. I better put them mirrors on just to hold it from popping off. Wouldn't want that baby hitting the ground now. Here's my new fancy mirrors. I think these mirrors are wrong. If the writing is on the bottom, which it should be, then there's like no adjustment. It looks like it's upside down. I mean, it's absolutely upside down. When I put the other mirror on where it looks right, the writing's on the top. These are going back. So I guess the old ones are going on temporarily. That's fine. I'm going to order the ones that are more OEM without that turn signal. So I got the old mirrors back on. Professional crimps with the proper tools. That's that new crimp set I got. I did have a ton of other stuff, but I did not have that. Now I got a full set. One side's wired up. New crimps on this end. Let's see if it works first, right? She works. Harness, tape it up now and tuck all the wires away. Got that in there, hopefully all tucked away. See if we can get this piece of plastic on there now. Sneak these little filler panels in there. I think it's time for the tail section. Put that tail light in there. Now we gotta put these vents back in there. Stretching this back piece on is one of the scariest things you'll ever do with the plastic, because you literally have to expand that way out here to get that over. So probably the belly pan, these two pieces here. That's the first defect I found on here. Right there. Hopefully it's hidden. So I don't see any small enough push pins for these holes in this kit. And I've dug through. Nope, can't even get it in the hole. Guess I have to go back to the ones that I bought. Man, even if I force mine in there, they don't fit. I guess I'll have to drill them holes a little bit. I don't want to, but I have to. Yeah, now it'll fit. Now that's more like it. Belly pan or fairing is all snapped together. See if we can get that up in there. Let's get these panels on here. You slide back under, there's a slot, and then take that little piece and tuck it in there. Maybe I have to put the tank on first? I don't remember. Probably. Here goes the tank cover. Take this gas cap off. 1, 2, 3. The rest of them are dummies. Put your little rubber ring up from underneath and slip the gas tank down. Now you can put this piece on, tighten her down. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up getting another gas tank. Remember that big dent? It's pushed down there more than here. It's not level, and there's no way to bang it out. I did a bunch of research online. I can get a used tank for like 200 and something. I guess I'll just have to do that. Use that little standoff piece, bolt that in, tighten her down, get those bolts. Now we can do the intermediate, I think, and snap those panels back in. Has to go underneath, so then we can put that back on. Hey Gizmo, what's up? Yeah? Gotta put these in, that hole in the gas tank, so the side panel will have something to pop in. Man, that wasn't easy. Gotta jam that thing in there. Well, I got that on there. Time for the other side. Put them back up in there and snap that up to the gas tank. Snap that side in. Ready for the side panels now. They did not supply this special screw to hold the fairing on. So if you don't have that, you're gonna have to get one. What's up, little dear? Where's Gizmo? Another thing this kit did not give are these little rubber compression nuts. Looks like I'm gonna have to take them off the old windshield. I had to put a threaded clip nut behind there. Put those rubber style compression ones behind there. I fought it the whole way Had to drill that bottom piece so I could put one of those push plastic rivets. But she is on one side. The fit is pretty decent. They just didn't give those rubber compression nuts there. On to the last side. This goes on like that. Those are supposed to have the rubber nuts, compression nuts. That goes through. And then that gets a rubber compression nut. Then this gets a threaded clip-on nut. And then that one in the bottom gets one of those little plastic push rivets. Well, I got all the plastic except the front fender and the rear fender and the solo seat. What a fight to get those snapped together and put on. Had to pre-drill a few holes. We got her. Definitely gonna have to take the load off them front forks to put that fender on. Front fender going on. Again, the fender's missing grommets. They don't give you those grommets in the kit. At least they gave you the bolts, so I didn't have to use them chrome ones. Now let's get this bracket on this side and the other side. And that side's on, all bolted up. Man, I got fingerprints all over this. I'm gonna have to wax her up anyway. It does have pretty decent clear coat. Now for the rear seat. Well, solo seat. I was pulling these rubber tabs and this one popped right off. There, I hot glued her. That'll hold until I get my seat. I don't like the solo seat anyway. Screwed that bottom plate on. Oh, I forgot a couple screws. There, now all the bolts are in and the screws. Put that solo seat on. Might as well put the other seat on. New one might not be here for a couple more days. Seat's all bolted on. We're pretty much done except that rear fender. Straps are coming off. Oh, she looks mean. Dirty, and it still looks good. Am I right? What the hell? No gauges. Nothing. Everything did work. Blown fuse, and I don't know why. I must have hit something. I replaced the fuse. Better than having to pull everything off, man. Holy cow, I was getting ready to pull everything back off. I was getting a little bit perturbed. As long as I put it back together, and I must have hit something putting it together, huh? Got it all buttoned back up again. The gauge is still working. I don't know what I hit. Definitely hit something to short it out. And now it's dark, so we'll take a ride tomorrow.
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Hit that bell if you want new notifications on new videos. Links for products used are in the description and on MotoCheez.com. Thanks for watching.